What's up, you sexy beast, you? Welcome to another episode of Bellcast. I am your mom.
And I am your daddy.
Hey. So, how's your day been today, daddy? Do you like me to call you daddy?
Oh, yeah.
I never call you daddy.
Why not?
I don't like it.
It's weird.
Yeah. Oh, daddy. No, I can't do
What
it.
about papi? I like papi.
No.
Why?
No, papi.
Why not? Yes, papi.
Yeah, that's your son. That's what he calls you. He calls you papi. No, he calls you papa.
Papa.
Yeah.
I like that he calls him papa.
Yeah, he doesn't call you papi.
Can I have a conversation with you and pretend like you're one of the homies and see how you like it?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, did you see the new electric Hummer?
No, where'd you see it at?
You're a loser.
Oh, damn. Are you going to tell me about it?
Even the way you ask it's so girly.
It's a girl?
Yeah, it's like, are you going to tell me about it? Because I think if it was a dude, it'd be like, hey, did you see the new electric Hummer? Oh, yeah. Or, nah.
That's it? There's no follow-up?
No, because then the other guy now assumes that he is supposed to tell him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like guys, I think there's a lot less maybe talking and there's just assumed action.
But why don't they do that when they're talking to us? Because there's like a lot of shit where we're like, can you just assume the next step?
I think that part's difficult because I think guys, there's like a guy code. So they kind of just understand stuff. And I think, like, have you ever seen two old Asian men interact?
No, because they're probably not speaking English.
It's like very awkward, but you get where they're going and somehow they figure it out.
What?
Yeah.
Explain.
So like two Asian men, like let's say they haven't seen each other in a long time. And then after to show that they love each other, someone's going to try to get the bill. And then like,
that's not awkward yet.
And then someone's like, someone goes, oh man, that was fun. And the other person's already trying to end that conversation. Oh yeah. And then the other person's like, you want to like hang out? Oh yeah. No, okay. See you later. And okay. They both just bounce.
Okay.
And then they're like, wait, so did they schedule the next hangout is? Because it seemed like they had a lot of fun and not really. And then later on, maybe 2 weeks later, they might call each other and then go, hey, you want to come over? And then someone's like, yes. So it's like a lot of
very awkward,
very transactional, like no feelings, not like, oh my God, that reminded me of when we were like 15. Oh, that was so fun. You know, it's not like that. It's just,
that's totally us.
But for dudes, it's just if someone calls you like, yo, you want to come over, help me clean my garage? Like the code word is like, yo, you're one of the best homies that I've ever had. You know, like I really love and cherish this brotherly connection that we have. And it would really just uplift my day if you can bless me with your presence. And hopefully, you know, afterwards we can grab some nourishment and also hang out for a little bit and really hang out with old times. And hang out for old times, you know? That's like, I think guys are very like that. And it's because there's so much unspoken shit in between, guys use simple words, but I think a lot of communication goes down.
Wow.
But because guys don't understand the way girls communicate, girls don't understand the way guys communicate, unless they like are tight with their brothers or sisters. I think that's why it's hard to read each other's minds.
Yeah. So you've encountered people that are tight with their brother and sister that can communicate to the other gender?
Yeah, like people like, let's say usually the dude with a lot of sisters or like the girl with a lot of brothers, they're usually like pretty good with communicating with the other gender because they are so used to that communication. You know, like they're used to their brother going like, get out of my room, slam the door, and he loves me.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus a girl that's like would be like a guy like that. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck would happen? You know?
Yeah.
And then there's like, I don't know, they might take it personally.
Yeah.
When a lot of the shit that's happening in a dude's mind, like dudes are so episodic, it's not, don't take it personally. It's just, it just happened because the way that it is.
Yeah. I don't know. The older, so like if I were a little bit younger, I would say like, yeah, that's true. I do see that.
Yeah.
But the older I've become and the more I've just kind of been jumping around into just different life circles and hobby circles and just, you know, status circles. Like we have different circles for our friends that are single, our friends that are married, our friends that are like long term.
I thought you meant status devoted. As in like our friends that are like billionaires, 100 millionaires, 10
even
millionaires.
That, yeah. But I guess that doesn't apply so much.
We don't have any billionaire friends.
Yet. But that doesn't apply so much in this, at least, topic of conversation.
Yeah.
But like before, I'd be like, yeah, it's definitely a gender thing. And I'm sure that it plays some sort of role in the communication. But I've learned that the more people understand themselves and the more life that they've lived,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter male or female, because the communication just kind of comes out the same way.
Really?
After a while, yeah. Like there's people that just don't want to beat around the bush. Like they've lived enough life, regardless if they're male or female, where they just say it the way it is, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas before, if we were talking, guys are more blunt in this regard, whereas women are a little bit more calculated, or calculated sounds negative, but they're just a little bit more tactful.
Yeah.
You know, like with age, I've noticed, and experience, I've noticed that like they'll just say what they have to say, regardless if they're like a man or a woman. No? You haven't experienced that, or do you still see
I have, but I think like because those type of people that are even aware of how they communicate is so like the minority to me, that it's I don't think that's the like average.
Gotcha.
Because I think I'm part of that group where I'm actually learning how to use more words now. Because I think I'm like so blunt and straightforward that everyone thinks I'm fucking pissed all the time, and like, and I'm emotionless, even though I have a ton of emotions, I just don't express it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like learn how.
Yeah.
You know, like today's like today I was shooting with a friend at our gym, and I'm like, hey, I'm excited to see you today, which is that's something I would never have said.
Wow.
Or like,
good for you. Wait, what made you say that?
I was just
Where do you think
like,
that came from?
I think I'm just like, I want to be like a walking ball of opportunity, right? That's what I realized. Like, I don't think, I think I'm closed off to opportunity because
you have a don't fuck with me face.
Yeah. So,
and a don't fuck with me body.
Don't
and
open
a big
up.
old head.
Yeah. Things don't open up. You know what I mean? Like I want to be a walking ball of opportunity, a walking ball of I can help you, you can help me, and just have like lots of things happen. And so I'm like, the only way for that to happen is you're
vulnerable, or you open up.
You're open up and you just talk. Like the most extreme side of it that no one likes is the name dropper. Right? Oh yeah, I was just chilling with, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Dre or whatever. Oh yeah, Jackie Chan's my homie. Oh yeah, I got 2 tanks in my backyard. So like those guys are like, oh shit, we need some of that. Do we have 2 tanks? Oh, let's hit up Jimmy. He's always talking about his 2 tanks, right? So that's on the extreme side, but no one really likes the name dropper, the bragger.
Yeah.
But this guy is a walking ball of opportunity because he's letting everyone know what his resources are, what he has, what he can take from people, what his next goals are. You know, I'm about to make the movie with Steven Spielberg, you know what I'm saying? You know, like he's always like that, right?
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, on the opposite side of the spectrum, Mr. Zero Opportunity Boy is me. I'm just sitting there, you know? And then like people are like, does anybody own a gym around here? Because we could sure use a gym to film at. And then I'm just like, you know, and it takes someone else going like, yo, like he owns a gym, you know? And then I'm like, yeah, I do. It's one of the most famous ones in LA. You know, like it takes you make uni. So it takes that. So I think because of that, I realized just the way I've been, I'm not prone to opportunity, and opportunity not just in jobs, but opportunity in friendship, relationships, just all kinds.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like I think because of that, I'm like, oh, I need to be more, you know, like more like this. And like, so I was like, oh, I'm excited to see you. Oh, that's cool. You know, like that was really fun. Like let people know how I feel. Versus usually if people was shot at the gym, they will leave. They'll be like, hey, it was great shooting here. You know, that'd be really cool. We should probably stay in contact. I'm just like, yeah.
Jesus.
And then they might be like, okay, I'm never shooting here ever again.
Yeah, it's like, damn, I didn't know I didn't piss him. I probably pissed that guy off.
Yeah, and then I go home and I'm like, damn, that sucks. No one wants to shoot there. Not knowing that I was the one that caused it.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, it was fun shooting with you. It was so cool. You know, like, hey, feel free to hit me back up. Just like little things here and there, like voicing my opinions and like just keeping doors open, you know, doors open for friendship, doors open for business, doors open for whatever. Trying to like learn more tact and yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so happy you see it like that, because fucking shit. Yeah, you're definitely a hard one.
I am.
Especially like in a group, like a circle of people that we've just all met. you're always the one that's like, I'm gonna kill you. Like I know, like I know that's not what's going on inside of you, but that's how you look.
Yeah.
You look like, I fucking hate you here. I don't know you. I don't want to get to know you. And say the wrong shit, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. That's what you look like. Yeah.
I just have so many things going through my mind. Like I'm always feeling like I don't want to inconvenience other people with my emotions. I don't want to inconvenience other people with my own thoughts. And then so I'm also like, I don't know. I just always feel like I don't want to spread stuff. Whereas like now I'm starting to notice people like just talk and then they're like, oh man, it's hot out there today, huh? And I'm like, yeah, it's been getting hot. And I'm like, oh, I saw what they did there. They're just connecting. Whereas before I'm like, damn, you fucking little bitch, you can't handle a little bit change in temperature. So that's how I view things, right? So like because that's how I view things, I'm like, I don't want to ever come off like that. I don't ever want to come off like being a complaining ass little bitch. But then I realized people are just opening up for conversation and they're not necessarily complaining from their heart, but I took everything to heart before, That's wild. Because the other people are like, oh man, my fucking dog shit on my shoe. And in my mind, I'm like, they don't have a fucking dog, motherfucker. What the fuck? What the fuck you have a fucking dog for if you can't take care of the stupid dog? And then later I'm like, oh wait, they're just connecting because yeah, well
then what else would you talk about? Because you're not going to talk about your highlight reel, right? Because now you're bragging.
Now you're bragging.
But then you're not going to talk about any of the negative stuff. You don't want to be complaining
as a motherfucker either.
So then you have nothing to talk about.
That's why I was the way I was for the last fucking 30 something years.
God damn. Yeah, and it really sucks because like I think I'm similar.
And I'm like, who the fuck am I to speak on anything, right? So like people be like talking about movies and shit, and then they're like, oh fucking, this is good, or talking about products and stuff. I'm like, you guys are talking about food. I don't have 0 Michelin stars, so I'm gonna just shut up. I'm like, oh, you guys talking about movies? I made 0 movies. I am not Steven Spielberg. I'm just shut up. I'm like, I just don't even contribute that much because I'm like, who the fuck am I to say anything?
Yeah.
But then I realized they're just connecting. Like you could be 2 people that know nothing about movies. I like that movie. Oh, why are you talking about that? Oh, because there's that part. Oh yeah, that part was cool. And they're just like connecting on things. But I think I was just so like stuck on like, why does anybody want to hear what I have to say? That kind of thing.
You're so judgy.
Maybe.
No. You're very judgy. It's not a maybe, dude. Like you just put it all out there, You're
just starting conversation with me. See, I get it.
Yeah. And I feel like, so I can relate to that a lot because I'm always just trying to kind of feel my way around things. And I try to see how people are, the way they speak. And then I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know what I can contribute to this dynamic yet. So let me just sit back and observe because I don't want to ruffle any feathers, nor do I want to come in like I fucking own the joint. Like I just want to be smooth. Like I like causing no waves, right? But then I started realizing that like, damn, like what energy am I putting out there? Right? Like I'm probably putting off this really closed off energy where people don't really feel comfortable around me. They probably don't really feel safe around me. Not that I'm like, not safe in like their life is being threatened safe, but like safe to like loosen up and be themselves, right? Like they feel like I might be judging their asses. So I started really thinking like, damn, that's really fucked up to be putting out that energy. So I was like, well, let me just be as much myself as I can because whatever they're going to think about me, that's cool. It's going to weed the people that don't need to be in my life. It's going to weed them out because they're going to be like, this bitch is really annoying or I don't like her or whatever the thing is. They go away. But the second one is if they do like me, then they feel really comfortable to be themselves too. And I think that's my ultimate goal is to just let people feel comfortable just being themselves.
You ever feel like, what if I'm wrong? What if I put out the wrong shit?
I grew up like that.
Yeah.
I grew up in my head all the fucking time where I would even go home after a conversation and I'm like, fuck, why did I say that? I shouldn't have said that. Damn. Did they react like this? Did they say that because of this? And I'm making up my own scenarios.
Yeah.
And I don't think that should, like, looking back at it now, I'm like, what did that matter?
Yeah.
Like if they didn't do anything in that moment, then I think we're okay.
Yeah. Like one of the things that I'm actually an expert in is fitness, right? And I hear people having conversations about fitness all the time and I hear a lot of wrong shit. But I don't know. I never feel like compelled to jump in and correct it, whether on or off camera. I just go, I don't know. I don't like feel like there's a need to. Or it feels weird to like, well, actually, I just let it go down because I feel like there's no real, like, I don't foresee a real harm happening.
Well, I think it's time and place, right? Like if we're on JK News, for example, and this articles revolving around fitness, and then people that don't know as much as fitness are putting out that wrong information. I mean, yeah, you can be like, yeah, I can see that. That's true. But I also just saw recently studies showed that blah, 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 you know, and now you've just helped them, and now they can regurgitate the right shit because they're going to keep regurgitating that shit no matter what.
Yeah.
And I started learning that more and more when I just started speaking to my mom about shit that I didn't even think she cared about. Like, I was just so excited for this new information that I had that I'm like, hey, let me just share it with you. And my mom's so fucking cool that she's just receptive to it.
Yeah.
But she won't give me any feedback. And I think it's because she doesn't know shit. So like you, she'll just listen and she'll just be like, wow. Or she'll just stay quiet. So I'm always thinking, oh, fuck. And I'll probably just be like, sorry, Ma, I know that shit's probably boring. But then days, months, weeks later or whatever, they're not in any particular order.
Nice.
She'll come back to me.
Seconds, years, centuries.
You know, she'll come back to me the information that I gave her that she just gave to someone else.
Oh,
and I'm
cool.
like, oh,
she did
shit.
talk about it. That's cool.
Yeah, and she was listening. So for me, I'm always like,
yeah, there's a lot of times I talk to her mom and I'm like, I don't even know.
She probably doesn't give a fuck, but she's very much invested, listening. But I think she just stays quiet because just out of respect, she doesn't want to say some dumb shit, or she just doesn't want to speak out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel sometimes too.
That you're speaking out of place?
Yeah, whether I'm an expert or not. But now I'm just slowly like learning these things. Learning
I mean,
how to
we're
like
all going
talk
to
to
die
people.
one day.
Yeah.
So why not just put the shit out there that you've learned? Like, that's what I've tried to do my whole life, is just to be around smart people. Because I'm not a smart person.
And you know what's crazy? I think I'm actually entertaining getting a car that has a color.
What the fuck? How did we get there? Give me a second. You know what? Give me a fucking second. I don't know how we got to that, but before we even go there, let's take this vehicle conversation and let's talk about our sponsors.
Okay. This podcast is brought to you by Movement Watches. And I don't know if you guys know the backstory of the guys that created it, but it's very, very inspirational. In a tiny apartment in Southern California, these two college dropouts, they teamed up to create a watch company that broke all the rules. And I can completely validate that because I'm super into watches. And when these guys first came out, I was like, what the hell? These guys are making some sick ass watches with really fair prices and super clean designs. Like, I don't like stuff that's too fancy or too intricate. I like it when it's just minimalist, timeless. And they ended up growing into one of the fastest growing watch brands, shipping to over 160 countries across the globe. And Movement watches have the look and quality of a $400 to $500 watch that you pay for at a department store, but it costs a fraction of the price because they were built online and they own their own process from start to finish, which is freaking sick. So they own the whole supply chain, which is why they can get you such great deals. And you get a beautiful watch shipped right to your door for free. And if you don't love it, guess what? You can ship it back for free. So if you want to elevate your look with style that doesn't break the bank, then join Movement and get 15% off today. And that's considering that it's already cheap. Like the price is already really good, and you get free shipping and free returns. So go to mvmt.com/Beaw, BEAW, to get 15% off, and you get free shipping with free returns. That's super good. mvmt.com/Beaw, BEAW.
Alrighty, you guys. If you're not thinking about this, start thinking about this, because Mother's Day is right around the corner. And what do you give the lady that brought you into this world when she's already like, I don't want anything. I have all the material possessions that I have. I don't need anything else. I'm just happy and content with what I have and who I have in my life, right? What do you get them? Well, cue in our skylight frame pals.
That's a great idea.
Yes. If you've never heard of skylight frames, listen up, because it's going to change your life. So skylight frames is a digital frame, and it's the coolest frame ever. I actually got this from my mom last year, and she absolutely loves it. And what I love about it is
I could steal it and you can get her another one.
Yeah, we can do that, or we can have multiple ones in multiple rooms.
Didn't think of that.
But what I love about it is that I don't have to physically be there in order to change the rotation of the pictures that she gets to see.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's a digital frame and she can place it anywhere. It's beautifully designed. It's white. And it goes with every single room, the way she has it decorated in her house. And anytime that like I miss her or I take a good picture when she doesn't come in for work,
the cutest of pictures of Taika.
Yeah, when she doesn't come in to like help us babysit on the weekdays, on the weekends, I'll take a cute picture of Taika and I just email it to her and it automatically gets uploaded into her skylight frame.
So dope.
It's the dopest, coolest thing ever. And again, what do you give someone that has everything? You give them memories. And how do you give them memories? You know, like what if you live in a different state? Skylight Frame has all of that figured out for you already. So for everyone listening right now, you guys are going to get a special holiday offer where you're going to get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight Frame when you go to skylightframe.com and enter code BEAW, BEAW. That's right. You're going to get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight Frame. Just go to skylightframe.com, enter code BEAW. That's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com and enter code BEAW. And we're back. What the fuck?
What?
Where are you going? Where did this come from?
No, because you're just talking about like we're all gonna die, right?
Yeah, but that was just like a subject to the bigger subject that we're talking about,
which is
communication.
Yeah, putting yourself out there.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And then so like that's one thing I also realized too, where before I'm so black and white, you know, like as a person, like I'm
before you're literally black and white.
Either I'm gonna
right now.
shut the hell up, or I'm gonna say something that's 100% correct and I'm authoritative about it, right? that's how I am.
Yeah.
And then even with like you know, when it comes to like the next car I'm gonna get, I think about it the same way. It's like literally like, do I want to be fucking midnight, or do I want to be a white knight? And that's it.
You mean a black knight or a white
like
knight?
Midnight. Well, I think of like, because you know, like I'm a creative person, so I don't think of cars. I think of visions. I think of scenes. You know, like when I was building
What's a midnight then?
Like the midnight is upon us.
Oh, because then you went white knight.
Yeah,
so I thought it was like a black knight versus a white knight.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
I know. Then why did you come up with white knight?
Well, so that's separate. That's midnight, right? So
it's not the same theme.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I see things. I see things in visions where it's like the fucking like.
You see things in vision.
Yeah, the Silverado is midnight. The midnight comes like when I picture that truck, I picture like descending from the sky, fucking smoke, and then fucking it's pitch black, and then even though all my lights turn on at the same time, doesn't go one at a time, but it
You're
goes.
thinking of a football stadium and shit.
And then midnight is here. You know.
Wait, midnight's here, but you're gonna shine all the lights so that it's super bright.
So super bright. That's my truck, right? That's midnight.
Yeah.
And then white night is like, and then freaking like I'm here to save the world.
He's like a little white unicorn,
like a white horse. And so like that's how I viewed it. It's always, am I dark or am I feeling white? And those are the only two colors. But then I'm like, since we're gonna die, I should put myself into the world. Like, what's wrong with getting a blue truck?
I mean, what's wrong with being black and white?
What's wrong with getting a green truck?
But what's wrong with having it black and white? You like what you like.
I do like what I like, but then I'm like, maybe there's more notes to this song.
What do you think about my car?
I think it's fucking awesome.
But it's not for you. You're like, ooh, that's too loud for me. Like I can appreciate that, but it's not for me.
Well, that's your song. So I'm like, that's beautiful for your song. But I'm like, I think this song is either happy or sad. My songs don't have much notes.
Yeah, I think that's just the male species, it seems like.
Yeah.
Because like, look at department stores, look at the guys section. Like it's always like such a small thing.
Yeah. And I don't think in terms of colors, you know? Like, you know, like people that go, oh, okay, this color represents me. I think I'm more of like the whole picture. So like, I think like 2 rocket launchers on the truck, regardless of the color, represents me more than the color.
Yeah.
So if I could, I would go to the dealership and say, can I have a couple rocket launchers? Can I have couple of smoke grenades? Something that spits out some nails in the back? I'd care about that more than the color of the car.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're big branding people.
Yeah.
You and I. Yeah, how did we get here? What the fuck?
I think we both took the 605.
No, because we were both talking about something and then you just brought in the car and I was like, what the fuck? How did we get here?
We're talking about expressing ourselves and we only live life, like, you know, we only have one life to live. So you might as well express yourself. And I was like, that's when I had the epiphany that I was like, I've been thinking about expressing myself. I've been thinking about maybe getting a car that's not just black or white. Or maybe not. Maybe I will stick to black and white.
What is going on? So nothing's changing.
I don't know. I've been thinking about putting wrapping the car in the same exact camo as our amphibious shorts. I think it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, that is pretty cool. I don't know. I just want you to be able to. So when I hear you say shit like this, it's always so interesting to me because I'm like, I feel like you're such a free person. Like you say what you want to say when you want to say it. You're not afraid of anyone. You feel like you can overcome anything. You feel like there's no problem too big for you to solve. Like I feel like there's nothing restricting you. But then I hear you say this and I'm like, wow, you have a bunch of restrictions.
I do.
Yeah, but it's just I don't ever see it that way because at least from the outside perspective, you're just unstoppable and you're just a force and there's nobody that can like get in your way or tell you otherwise. Like that's how you operate.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, very interesting.
It's so funny.
I just wasn't expecting that. I was just expecting for you to be like, oh, it's because of blah, blah, blah. But you're like, that's interesting, isn't it? So I'm like, yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Like when it comes to like when I think about like my will and my determination, I think that's where it's like unstoppable. But when it comes to like choices and like I don't know, expressing myself, it's very difficult.
What?
Yeah, I think that's why I'm a creator. You know, like it's really hard for me to express myself, but it's much easier for me to create something outside of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like who am I? I don't know. So my clothes, keep it simple. Black shirts and a tee, right? But if I'm writing a character in a movie, I know how many buttons his jacket has, what kind of hair color he has, what kind of haircut, tattoos.
Right. I mean, because you're creating him.
Yeah, I'm creating like
you're taking
and I'm expressing someone else. But
yeah,
when it comes to expressing myself, I have a hard time expressing myself. Like I barely learned how to talk on JK News.
What do you mean?
I didn't know how to talk before. Like, you know, when we're doing all our sketch comedy stuff, I was hiding behind a character. I didn't know how to talk. I didn't know how to vlog. I'm barely learning how to talk. I just learned how to talk within the last 10 years.
Oh, I see. So
I feel like I'm just learning how to express myself, you know?
Wow. Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know. Maybe being really restricted growing up, not being allowed to express myself.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, I'm like, I just feel something and I just do it because it's myself and I can control myself the most.
Yeah.
So things outside of me, it's more difficult, right? Because it's like now you're dealing with so many other, elements that can come and they can like completely skew just someone else just having a different idea than yours. Like it's no longer yours.
Yeah.
You know, but with myself, it's just me with me. So that for me is the easiest to manipulate and change and like explore with. That's why I just have so much fun with it because I'm not affecting anyone but myself.
Remember I was telling you it's even hard for me to say ow? Like how many times have you heard me say?
Yeah, 100%.
Like how many times have you heard me say ow? It's so hard. It's
only when like you're bleeding.
Yeah, I have a really hard time expressing myself. It's just weird. Like most people, it's like, ow, like it's immediate, right? It's impulsive. For me, it's this. I feel the pain. It hurts a lot. I don't even know how to express myself. And then I go, oh, the moment passed, but it still hurts. And I almost got to like tell myself to go, say ow, you dumbass, so people can help you right now. Owie.
Whoa. Did you get beat for that growing up?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's the extreme version of like, don't you cry right now, you know? Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, I have a hard time just expressing myself in general.
Do you think that's something do you think that trait in me, because I'm the complete opposite than you there? Like I even yawn and like, you know what the fuck is going on in my head.
Oh, you're extremely opposite of me.
Yeah. Do you think that's one thing that you like about me that you admire that I can do that you can't, that you're like, oh, I wish I could do that? You're like, fuck no, it looks like you're having a horrible time.
When it comes to other people, yes.
Why not me?
No, when it comes to you interacting with other people, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Because then I'm like, oh, she can make deeper connections. Or I just see the conversation that you have with other people. It feels more human.
So does yours.
What? No way, Jose.
Yeah, yours doesn't feel that, like, it doesn't feel cold.
It feels cold to me.
Damn, then if you know it's cold, how come you don't change it?
I'm trying to. It's hard.
What's hard about it?
Like, I'm just so calculated in my brain.
And what do you see in me that I do that you're like, whoa, that's a deeper connection? This is how
calculated it is. Let's say I talked to someone, right? Let's say I talked to, I don't know, Casey about film or something. And I'm like, man, that was the third time we talked about movies. We got to talk about something else next time, or else he's going to think I'm the movie guy. Hey, Casey, like fishing?
Oh my God.
I'm very calculated in my brain. Like I think most people, this is how I view the world. Most people have their conversation, and that's like the main text in the pages of their book. I think I have this much text in the main pages and a shit ton of footnotes on the side. Whereas I think most people have way less footnotes because they're just living. You know, I'm just here living. They know they know when to cheers. They just happen to know to say the right things, you know? Especially like from people from the South. They always feel like they know how to say the exact right things. Like,
I know, they have the best things.
Like 2 chickens in a coop. You know, they're just like, oh yeah, that's true. You don't want 2 raccoons dancing on the truck.
You know?
You're just like, it just got so much, like, it's just so smooth, and life is just smooth, you know? For me.
Have you ever been, or maybe this is E for you, but.
E's the closest that I felt. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I feel like an actual human being, and I'm not so like, but even my calculatedness is so strong though. It'll be like, you're only like this because you're on E right now. That's how strong it is.
But do you think that's something that you can change?
I don't know.
Like if you continue to study it and just go, oh, I said this and this is a reaction I got from, like, you can still stay studying and the fucking mathematician that you are in your own head.
Yeah.
But now you're just conducting experiments and then going, oh, is this what? Oh, okay. So this experiment or this whatever brought out that expression in that person. Let me continue to do that stuff.
Maybe. Or maybe I'll always be living like in the third person.
Well, and is that bad? Do you hate that?
Sometimes. Because sometimes I like to be in the moment.
Oh.
You know? And then that's why I was so good at like not busting any without a condom. Because I'm always like in the third person. So I'm watching myself have sex with you. So I have like this extreme amount of discipline.
Yeah.
Where like, you know, for a regular person, on the good side, it's like this, right? Most people, if they're tired as fuck, they are tired. So alarm goes off, bam, sheets go back over, I'm taking a nap. For me, because I'm living in the third person most of the time, I see a person that's tired. So that's why it's easy for me to tell myself, get up. You know, because I'm separated from self. You know what I mean? Versus most people, they are self. So that's the good part of it in terms of like sticking to discipline.
Yeah.
The con part of it is like someone wins the lottery or something big happy happens, you know, or like, oh yeah, cool, we won, you know. They're like, they get to emote 100%, you know. For me, I'm like, you won right now. You should probably cheer.
And then you go, what?
And I go, or something, you know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you should probably cheer right now.
But you've gotten so much better.
I'm trying to connect with me and myself. I'm trying to bridge the gap, get closer and
closer. Is that making you happier?
It makes me happier because I feel like I can be more in the moment with you and Taika. Oh, that's the part that makes me happier.
Cute.
Yeah. So instead of like, let's say we have a cool moment, like let's say, I don't know, let's say a cute puppy dog wanders into a backyard. Both of us going, oh, and just sharing it immediately right then and there. Knowing that possibility makes me happy versus seeing you go, oh, and then I go,
oh yeah,
you should probably be cute right now. But then now there's already a third person talking.
Oh, yucky.
You know, so it's like an experience between 3 people instead of experience between 2 people.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
So interesting.
It's like, you know, when you're doing something you're not supposed to do as a kid and you have like your parents in your head. I have that in my head all the time, good or bad. There's just always that extra person in there. Unless I'm shook out of it. I think that's
normal though.
Unless I'm shook out of it big time. Like big time meaning like, let's say if I get in a car accident, I'm just experiencing the car accident for that moment.
I think that's normal.
Is it? Because I don't feel like the way when I view people, most people, it seems like they're living moment to moment.
Yeah, no, it's not. Because I was just trying to think of something that I just went through. Before I say what, you have to come back after these messages. We'll be right back.
This podcast is brought to you by Bulldog Yoga. We all know how awesome yoga is, right? We hear everyone always rant and rave about it.
It's so
it
hard.
Increases strength, increases your flexibility, improves mental focus. There's physical benefits, spiritual benefits. But a lot of people, including myself a little bit, is kind of intimidated to go to a studio because you go in there and you're like, oh, shoot, how come everyone already knows what they're doing?
Yeah, they're all bendy and like, flexible.
Can you read the instructor's mind? How come everyone's just like on this program? And there are times, honestly, where I'm like 30 minutes in, I'm like, I don't know if I could do another 30 minutes. And that's why this is awesome.
And you're just so intimidated because you don't even know these names. And they're like, do the sabanyahanya. And you're like, what?
What? What is that
Can
one?
you repeat? And you can't say stop. Please repeat. Or what does that look like? Or they just move, they flow into that position so quickly that I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, they're on the right side, but I'm on the left side. Oh God, it's a mess.
And that's why I like Bulldog Online, because they're making yoga fun. And it's a streaming online class that's available on demand anytime, any place on your schedule. So anytime you want to reap the benefits of yoga, if you want to start developing daily habits, they have classes that are 12 minutes long. So you could just do a 12-minute class every single day. Or if you're super advanced, you could do a 60-minute class every single day. So they have all kinds of levels for you to choose from. And their classes are easy to follow. And they set great playlists and that are meant to motivate and keep you smiling. When you're done, you'll be sweating, smiling, and have a few great tunes stuck in your head. So to me, I'm like, if you've been dying to get into yoga, or you want to increase your flexibility, or you want to increase your strength, which I believe that's the goals of everybody, there's no reason why not to do this. Try your first 30 days for free at bulldogonline.com. That's bulldogonline.com to try Bulldog Yoga. Use the code BEAW, BEAW, for an additional 50% off. That's 50% off your first paid month. Again, bulldogonline.com. Use coupon code BEAW, BEAW.
All right. Can we just talk about our skin for a little bit?
Yep.
That's like your handshake. People are going to notice your face that's the first thing they look at.
It's your business card.
So a lot of us want to take care of it. And some of us, might not have the best skin, or we haven't achieved our skin goals yet, right?
Maybe you're born ugly.
That has something else to do with skin, and beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Okay, Bart?
True.
All right. Well, let's bring in our sponsor, Apostrophe, who's a prescription skincare company for people that are ready to take their acne seriously. All right. So we know that acne treatment and acne prescriptions, they work. Like, it's been proven, they definitely work. But the hard part right now is taking time off of work, standing in line, waiting to see a doctor. Like, all of this stuff really does take so much time, especially if you live in a big city.
Yep.
Like, getting from one side of town to the other side of town could be 15 miles, but it's going to take you like 2 hours. So nobody has time to do that until Apostrophe entered the room. So Apostrophe makes it easy to see a board certified dermatologist online. You'll get treated immediately and your medications are delivered to your home. How convenient. Please, please, please. I never want to leave my house if I don't have to. So I really appreciate this service. All you have to do is simply fill out Apostrophe's online questionnaire about your skin concerns and your medical history. Then just snap a few selfies and your dermatologist will get back to you with a customized treatment plan tailored just for you. And the best part is that Apostrophe offers topical and oral medications so that you can treat your acne from the inside out or the outside in. Also, if you're listening to this and you're like, well, I don't really have like acne, but I do have other skin issues that I'm really trying to treat. Well, Apostrophe does not stop at acne. They can also help you hit your other skincare goals like reducing redness, wrinkles, and even dark circles. So honestly, you have nothing to lose. Check them out. You're going to get $15 off your first visit with the board certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/BEAW. And remember to use code BEAW, BEAW. This code is only available for you guys, okay? So no one else is going to see it online. If they're not listening to this podcast, they're going to miss out on this opportunity. So to get started, just go to apostrophe.com/BEAW and click begin visit, then use code BEAW at sign up and you're going to get your $15 off your first dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/BEAW and use code BEAW to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring this podcast. And we're back. No, I just went through something with a girlfriend of mine where she was just absolutely devastated. And I was just so invested and just so into her story and just her emotions that like I found myself like holding her hand and really hugging her. And it wasn't until like after the fact that I was like, oh shit. Like I'm not like, I was never that physical person back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I was always like,
moment.
I was always like, you're okay. And I'm like, fuck. Like in that moment, I'd be like, am I supposed to hug this person? Like, what should I do? What if they don't want to hug?
Yeah.
Should I just not hug them?
Yeah.
Should I just stay here? And then I'm like, oh, fuck, but do something because it's really awkward. And then the moment passes.
Yeah, that's me all the time, 24/7.
Fuck. No, I'm not that bad.
And then I think I attribute my discipline to that because I'm not in the moment. I'm always viewing myself from somewhere else. So that's where the discipline comes from, where it seems like I can always stick to things no matter what. But then I lose the in the moment part, which sucks, you know?
Yeah, it does. Especially when like people are telling you heartfelt shit and then you're like, fuck, it's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go knock out now. And I'm going like,
I'm like, well, you got a schedule to keep. So,
yeah. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, you go to bed, you freaking dick. I'm gonna keep telling me, please. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you just did that shit. You're so rude. I like how I get mad at you like it just happened.
I know.
Like, you fucking son of a bitch. I can't believe you did that. And it's like, what? I don't remember, but I remember you did some shit back in the day and it just affected me the same way right now.
Yeah.
That's freaking rough. I have no solution for you.
I know.
Is it something you really want to fix? Because I'm sure you can see someone for
I don't
that.
know if it's fixable or if it's just like, I don't know if it's part of the whole ADD, ADHD thing where you're, you know, where that's just one of the thoughts.
Yeah.
That's like constantly there. But I don't know. It's just, I don't think I need.
What happens when we're having sex?
Oh yeah, it's still there too sometimes.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's the part that sucks.
Give it to me. Not the sex, but the story.
So like sometimes it would be like,
when can I snap you out of it? Like, what am I doing when I can really fucking get you out of that?
oh, then just let me come right away.
So only for the amount of cum that you have?
Because it's
This is not the amount of cum. I'm saying the time that it takes you to come, which is like seconds.
Because it's the level of stimulation that, not just sexual stimulation, but sensory perception of the world that can overtake that thought. So for example, if I walk out from my door and someone punches me in the face, I'm not able to think like, oh, cool, you saw yourself get punched in the face. You know, I'm not able to because I'm just in the moment then and there. So it's got to take.
So I have to punch you in the face when we're fucking?
So it's got to take something big.
I'm all choking you. You here?
Yeah.
What?
No, so it takes that, like take something like that big. So that's why if we're having sex and then.
What the fuck? Why do we even have sex then? You could just jerk off.
No. I love having sex with you because I am more in the moment, but not as much as I want to be.
Damn, I'm so in the moment that I don't even have a body anymore. I'm just so in my feelings.
Yeah, because sometimes it's like, so it goes like that. It's like this. Like sometimes I'm in the moment and I come out and I have to go slap myself back into the moment and come out. And
How do you hold a boner for so long then?
That's the tough part. And then sometimes I have to tell myself, like, let's say if I'm out of the moment, I'm like, stop thinking your boner's going to go away. You know, it's going to go away. Why is it going to go away for?
And you're even more out of the moment.
Yeah, then you're even more out of the moment. And then you're like, oh, no, you got to get back in the moment. I'm like, I told you I'm going to get back in the moment. I am in the moment. See? And I'm like, no, you're not because you're not going to be able to talk to me if you're in the moment. And then it's like, yeah, it's no good.
Is there anything I can do?
Nah, I think it's just me. I'm trying to be in the moment 100%. So I'm like this, right? And in the times where I have drank or the times where I have like smoked and we had sex, then it's more.
Oh, good. Then we need to smoke and drink more.
It's a little bit more in the moment.
Because I do feel you differently,
yeah,
too.
then it's more in the moment, you know?
Damn, that's so interesting.
It's very, very interesting.
Do you think you're slightly... So I guess I'm sticking on the sex topic because I'm just so fascinated that something that is so highly stimulating, right? And like most people tend to lose control because now you're like tapping into this really primitive part of your brain. So it's just like, oh, fuck hour, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so interesting to me that even at that phase, you're still not there 100%.
Yeah.
What do you think it would... Whoa, why did it go...
You're Vietnamese, I don't know.
I thought the same shit. What, like at what moments does it pull you back in? Like where you're not three different people.
I'm about to come.
That's the only time?
Or like, I mean, it's not, I don't, like when I'm about to, because the stimulation is strong now, right? So that pulls me back in.
What about when we change positions? Are you still, or you're probably distracted by like the sheets or like my butthole or something?
It could be, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, it could be like, let's say we're having sex. I'm like, oh man, she looks so beautiful. She looks so like sexy, right? And then I'm like, oh man, I can't believe you said she didn't look sexy when she was pregnant.
Oh
and then,
my
and then
God.
I'm like, I know, why did you say that? And I'm like, I don't know, but that moment's over. We haven't talked about it. We're cool. And then I'm like, oh, and then, you know, just like, it's just constantly like that kind of stuff. And then I'm like, get out of here.
Oh, do you think you're slightly intimidated by sex? Like, are you shy about it?
A little bit.
That's the reason why I ask is because I feel like it's coupled with like the 3 people in your head or the 2 people or the multiple people in your head. Also with you kind of being slightly like nervous.
Could be.
But the nervous.
But you know, also like, have you ever wiped out at the beach?
No.
So like if you try to like, let's say you try to go in the back and you duck dive, right? And you're trying to like get past the waves. When you miss and the wave crushes you and spins you around like crazy.
Oh, I have done that.
You've experienced that? Yeah. When you're in that, you're usually like eyes closed and you're like, oh shit. And you're trying to like gain.
Where the floor up, down,
Yeah,
side
you're trying to figure out your center of gravity, your direction. And you're trying to gain like some sort of reference point of where you're at, right? And it's a very inside out feel. Like, let me grab a hold of what's happening. And then, okay, cool. Stabilize, right? Even then, I'm still out of body sometimes.
What the fuck?
Where I can see myself spinning, and it's just, and that's why I think in those situations I'm like very, very calm because I see myself outside.
Oh, I get that.
You know, versus most
That's
people.
Why I could probably laugh at myself.
Whereas most people are like this on the inside. You know, I can see myself outside. Like you know, when I took our motorcycle test, the first course that we took, they're like, I'm gonna fucking die if I don't get this right. I'm already vlogging while riding the motorcycle because I'm like, I could see that's how much stimulation is required to pull me out of there.
God damn.
Yeah.
When you said that like drinking and smoking will slow that part down for you.
Yeah.
What happens? Is it that voice just gets slurred or it just speaks less or it's completely gone?
I think like whatever like outer shell that's like covering me and separating from myself, I'm able to peek through a little bit. It's almost like I get to wear a vest with no sleeves. So, yeah. You know, it's like that.
And the sleeve part of it is the old self?
No, the sleeve part is now the inside has access to the self.
Oh, gotcha. But
whereas before I was like just full bubble jacket. And I'm like, oh, God damn it, can't touch myself.
Why don't you smoke more?
Because then
not like, drink. Cause I'm just like, don't.
Well, I guess the other parts of it, like I don't like being Mr. Sleepyhead. You know, I just feel slow.
Do you think you have to build a tolerance for it?
Maybe, but I like how sharp I am, like this way, because I constantly am.
But what if you do it at night, where you don't need to be sharp? It's unwind hour.
But then I can't sleep. Remember, for some reason I can't sleep.
Man, no fucking solutions.
I know, it's just weird.
Does it bug you?
Just the part that I can't be in the moment as much, but I'm working on it.
Because I'm like, maybe you don't even need to change that. If it doesn't bug you, who cares? But
like, you know, when we went to Tulum, it's like we go to Tulum and instead of like being on vacation, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm on vacation. Instead of just being in the vacation. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
It's like usually you're in a beautiful place and you're like, oh, you're just in the beautiful place.
Yeah.
You're not in third person going, oh, cool, Bart Kwan is in a very beautiful place.
You have a narrator?
Yeah. I'm like, that's how it feels. Like where like if I'm in Tulum, instead of just like I see the people that go, wow, they're just feeling it, you know? I'm like, you're in a beautiful place, so you better wow it up a little bit, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, you are in a very, very beautiful place.
How did I get so lucky?
I don't know.
How did I pick such a fucking thoroughbred?
Yeah.
Damn, lucky me. The fact that we've made it this far and I've been able to stick it out this long, I give myself mad props.
Really?
I give you mad props too, because we're both fucking psychopaths.
You're a psychopath.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What way?
I don't know. You're just crazy.
I'm not. I feel like I'm actually just a typical chick. What the fuck? Was that your neck?
I don't know. It's my cord probably.
Oh. I feel like I'm just a typical chick.
No, you're freaking crazy.
Give me something.
No.
Your mom's freaking crazy. I'm not freaking crazy.
You have pink hair.
That's not crazy.
What is
Everyone
that?
has colored hair right now. Like, I'd be crazy if it was looked down upon and I'm the one of like 10 people in California that has colored hair, then that's crazy.
Oh, I see.
But this is a fucking trend.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'm not a trendsetter. I'm not like a rule breaker.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just expressive.
Yeah, no, I think I'm crazy, and I think it's CUNY and crazy that you're able to deal with me.
Yeah, and then we have your son that's just as fucking crazy.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, what's going on in his head? Right now, it seems like he's child enough where he's not aware of himself.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's talking to himself in third person yet.
Yeah.
But
you're like, give him time.
But like, and I'm like, yeah, maybe is my third person from nature or nurture, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully it just came from nurture, where it's my environment, and hopefully, because I think the problem with knowing about yourself is that you lose a sense of the full expression, because you always have a filter rather than just being yourself.
Yeah.
So I love the way he is right now, and I hope he never has to feel like he filters himself and just be himself.
I mean, I feel like that's inevitable, you know, like, because he's himself because it's encouraging in this household.
Yeah.
Like the only thing we're teaching him to be is not a dick.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's free reign, right? Yeah. But then as soon as he goes to like a school where now it's another kid from another household where jumping on the sofa is like
not okay,
animalistic.
Yeah.
Then they're going to be like, ugh, why are you doing that? That's so bad. And now he gets judged for it. Now he's going to be like, whoa, I should have never done that.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like that shit's inevitable.
True.
And I don't know if it has anything to do with learning about yourself. I think it's just, I think it's when you know about yourself and you understand who you are and what you're good at and what you're not good at. I think at that point is when you're less shakeable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Living life is fucking hard.
Very, 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 very hard.
It's fucking hard. But I think when you can figure it out and you can like get out of whatever, like I think the moment that you're able to catch on that you're not in third person anymore, I think when you realize that, you're just going to feel so fucking free, you know? But like, I think the process of getting to where like, you're like, fuck, I understand that I'm this way. Okay, now I got to work at it to get out of it or whatever. Like that shit sucks. Cause then you're like, you know, you might have some weak days where you're like, fuck man, why can't I just be normal? You know, or we get in a fight and it could be because of that reason where you're just like, shit, this shit keeps fucking ruining my life.
Yeah.
I don't know. Life's fucking crazy. Life's crazy, but it's a lot of fucking fun. And I am so grateful to be living life. And I'm so grateful to be like learning about myself. And I love learning about you. And I love the work that you put into yourself and shit. And I love seeing my friends work on themselves. And I don't know, that shit gets me amped. And I think it's really cool because like we all have such limited time on this planet. So why not fucking rock it out with your cock out, you know?
Yeah.
And have a good old time.
Yeah.
And have some pink hair while you're at it.
Yeah, as the great Nate Bargatze said in his last stand-up special, he was talking about how like, you know, when you're old, when you're 40, because you start, majority of the people that you meet are now younger than you.
We're getting there.
And I'm like, fuck, I can relate, because now I think everyone I meet is roughly my age or like 2 years younger.
Or 5 years younger.
But eventually I'm going to be like, hey, how old are you? Like, I'm 28. Oh, okay.
All right. I better go on this side before I go to jail.
Wait, what? Go to jail?
Know. I'm just, because they're young. I'm just saying
28?
I know. It didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work at all.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to wrap this up.
Maybe you need a third person to restrain yourself from saying dumb things.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right. Well, on that note, thank you so much for sharing all your inner third person voice thoughts. And if you're struggling with whatever Bart's struggling with and you figured it out, hit him up because he needs some fucking help.
Yeah.
And then hit me up just because, you know, I like being hit up. Too. I need a lot of fucking help. Please hit me up.
Yeah.
But who's helping us right now are our sponsors. And I'm so grateful for them because without them, we are unable to do this. So thank you. Forever grateful. And thank you to our sponsors. Our first one being Movement. If you want to elevate your look with style that doesn't break the bank, don't we all? Mm-hmm. Then go to Join the Movement and get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to movement.com/Bill. That's MVMT.com/Bill. Again, MVMT.com/Bill. And thank you to Skylight. Now, as a special offer, you can get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight frame when you go to skylightframe.com and enter code BEAW, B-E-A-W. That's right. You're going to get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight frame. Just go to skylightframe.com and enter code BEAW, B-E-A-W. That's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com and enter code BEAW. And thank you to Bulldog Yoga. Right now, you get to try your first 30 days for free at bulldogonline.com. That's bulldogonline.com. Use code BEAW, B-E-A-W, for an additional 50% off of your first paid month. Again, that's bulldogonline.com, coupon code BEAW. And thank you to Apostrophe. Get $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/BEAW and use our code BEAW, B-E-A-W. This code is only available to you guys, okay? So make sure to get started. Go to apostrophe.com/BEAW and click Begin Visit. Then use code BEAW at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/BEAW and use code BEAW, B-E-A-W.
And also, for the most delicious matcha in the world, go to shopjumbi.com. Use the code BEAW, B-E-A-W, to get 10% off of all kinds of things, including the matcha tins, which is ceremonial grade matcha at affordable price. And don't forget to go to barbellbrigade.com if you're trying to get strong, because we are your home of strength. From clothes and gear to make you feel strong, to supplements to help supplement your nutrition, to training programs, and also our world-class facility in downtown LA. Make sure you go check that out, Barbell Brigade Gym, barbellbrigade.com. And we also have a brand new blog on the website. We have an elite performance coach. Shout outs to Jacob, who's been writing all kinds of dope articles. So go check that out. Check in weekly. And there's all kinds of resources to help make sure that you are successful in your fitness endeavor. barbellbrigade.com.